Hello everybody, my name is Meg Moonbeam and welcome back to my YouTube and Rumble channels. I'm very happy to be here with you all today to talk about this crazy and weird upcoming full moon in Aquarius on August 19th, 2024. And I just have to laugh because it's already so weird and it's about to get weirder. Okay, so we're going to be getting into it. Before we do, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you would really like to support the channel's growth, leave a little comment below. I appreciate everybody's support. And also, I do offer personal astrology readings that are available at consultations.beyondmystic.net. The link is in the description box of this video. And I'm now booked out for all the rest of 2024. So if you'd like a personal astrology reading with me, the openings are now available for January 2025. That sounds crazy to say, 2025. Oh my God. And also, my husband Jens and I are going to be hosting a Soul Family weekend retreat in Canada the last weekend of September in the Niagara region at the Bliss Haven Retreat Center. Jens and I are so excited to be reunited with Soul Family once more. We have a lot of international people coming, not just Canadians. So it's going to be a weekend filled with live lectures from Jens and myself on current events, astrology, conspiracies, also ceremonies, meditations, ecstatic dance, and some other exciting surprises that will be happening at the retreat. So you can go check that out at my website, megmoonbeam.com. So let me know in the comments how everybody's feeling, because as I'm filming this video, it's Thursday, August 15th, and we're just 4 days away from this crazy ass full moon, okay? And I feel like you guys must think I sound like such a drama queen because every time I'm putting out one of my astrology videos, I'm talking about how this is so crazy, this is so wild. But honestly, this is really not normal astrology that we are having during these times. And it seems to be getting weirder and weirder, trippier and trippier. And that is definitely going to be the case with this full moon in Aquarius that we are having on August 19th. So as always, full moons are our times in the lunation cycle of completion, letting go, release. It is a time of cleansing and healing. But the full moons are also times of illumination of whatever areas of life are ruled by the sign the full moon is in for the whole collective, and also illumination of whatever areas of life this full moon is happening in our charts. So I'm going to talk about what this full moon means for the collective, some of my predictions, astrological and intuitive predictions, and then I'm also going to do little mini readings for each of the 12 signs as well. So you're going to want to see, where do you have 27 degrees of Aquarius in your personal astrology chart? Because that is an area of life that is going to be very highlighted with this full moon. Might even be a little weird and challenging. Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you because this is very intense. Full moon, this is like a 10 out of 10 on the astrological Richter scale, as I like to say. So this full moon is in an exact T-square, harsh chart pattern aspect, to Uranus, the ruling planet of Aquarius. Okay, Uranus is the dispositor of this full moon because it's the ruler of Aquarius, and it's in an exact T-square to the moon and the sun that are always at an opposition when we have a full moon. So, full moons tend to be a tension point, but having an exact T-square to Uranus, the dispositor of this full moon, is making it even more wacky and wild. I'm just hearing spirit say intuitively, like those words, trippy, wacky, weird, buck wild, buck weird. I don't even know if buck weird is a saying, but I'm hearing those words from spirit. This is a very unpredictable full moon, okay? And the thing about the sign of Aquarius and its ruling planet Uranus is it rules unpredictability. So when we've got major Uranian or Aquarian transits, there's always going to be something totally from left field and unexpected that happens. And this is not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be in a comfortable way for the collective. This is going to be in a very weird way. So I am aware that the Democratic National Convention in the USA starts on the day of this full moon, August 19th. I think that the Democratic National Convention is going to be a shit show. Okay. I think it's going to be totally trippy and weird. And there could possibly be a very historical event that happens at that Democratic National Convention. And for those of you who are maybe not American and you don't know what the Democratic National Convention is, it's similar to what just happened recently right after Trump had his assassination attempt, where they had the Republican National Convention. It's an event where all the people in the same political party, is it the governors or senators? Sorry, Americans, I don't know the right terms, but delegates from each of the states come forward and they accept the nomination of whoever is going to be the head of that party moving forward into the election. So this is where from August 19th to August 22nd, the Democratic Party are meeting together in Chicago to uplift, accept the nomination of Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Is that the right name of that new dude that I never heard about before? I'm sure a lot of you guys have never heard about before, Tim Walz. So this is going to be this Democratic National Convention. I know I keep saying this word weird. Okay, it's going to be weird. And there may be some shocking news scandal being revealed at this convention, either at the convention or being projected onto the convention while it's happening. We've got not just a lot of Aquarian influence with this full moon, with it being in the sign of Aquarius, with it in a T-square to Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius. We've got a lot of Mercurial influence as well, which Mercury is all about information, news, gossip, headlines. It's a Mercury cazimi on the same day as the full moon, which is when Mercury is in exact conjunction to the sun. It does happen, a few times throughout the year. This is going to be a Mercury cazimi at 27 degrees Leo, I believe. But at the exact time of the full moon, Mercury will have moved into 26 degrees. And this full moon is at a Mercury degree, Gemini. So it's a Mercury cazimi day. Mercury conjunct the sun, when we get very big insights and downloads and information being revealed typically. And that cazimi is happening in the sign of Leo, politicians, leaders, people in power positions, with the full moon at 27 degrees, a Gemini degree. So wacky and wild events at the DNC, information being revealed about the truth of these people. There could maybe even be, one of the shocking events could maybe even be like Democrats turning on each other and possibly releasing information about each other. The word I just feel from this DNC is a shit show. Maybe they'll try to do a fake assassination attempt of Kamala Harris. Who knows? Aquarius and Uranus rules electronics, IT, shocks and surprises, weirdness, unpredictability, aliens, UFOs. It's also events and conventions. So with that DNC happening with this full moon in Aquarius, it's not very good astrology for the DNC to be going well and happy and jovial. It's going to be weird. It's going to be chaotic. And something is going to break down. Maybe the Democratic Party itself is going to break down. Maybe there will be such a spectacle of wokeness and weirdness that the people watching it as a collective kind of uniformly are over it. And it's a really big headline how weird some of the speeches are going to be, some of the people presenting themselves are going to be. So I know I'm talking a lot about this DNC, but I think it's a big part of this full moon because it's starting on the day of this full moon. And also the moon of the United States of America. In the USA's chart, countries have charts too, the moon is 27 degrees Aquarius. So this full moon at 27 degrees of Aquarius is exactly conjunct the moon. It's an exact lunar return of the moon of the United States of America. So I know we've just had that assassination attempt with President Trump. This full moon is also going to be very much highlighting the US, I think having to do with the DNC. We can also see, and this gives me no pleasure to say, okay, you guys, but with Uranus, the dispositor of this full moon, being at his fall sign of Taurus. Taurus is Mother Nature, earth events, the earth. Uranus can be volcanoes, earthquakes, eruptions, disruptions, lightning storms. There could be a very intense and unpredictable weather pattern or storm or some kind of earth event, maybe even natural disaster in the USA, or it could be somewhere internationally as well. So I want to be wrong about that. I don't want to be right about that. But this is crazy energy. T squared to Uranus. This is possible natural disasters, weird events with nature, the weather, planes, IT, anything having to do with the internet. Aquarius is the internet and technology. So being aware of extremely unstable energies, possible power outages. Okay. So I know I'm throwing a lot at you guys, but I want you guys to be prepared because this could be one of the weirdest days of our lives. Okay. August 19th. There's likely to be very unexpected and dramatic world collective events that might be happening in multiple places at the same time. With this mercurial influence of Mercury conjunct the sun in opposition to the moon, and this full moon being at a Gemini Mercury degree, Gemini rules things being doubled. Gemini rules more than one thing happening at the same time and busyness. So it's not just going to be one weird event, it's going to be multiple weird events. Also important to mention that we don't just have, sorry, I'm trying to speak clearly, you guys, but this Mercury retrograde is fucking me up big time ever since it started. It's not just a T-square with the Sun, Moon, and Uranus. We've also got a T-square between Granddaddy Saturn, Venus, who are in opposition at the time of this full moon, in square to the Mars-Jupiter conjunction. That was exact yesterday from when I'm filming this video, Wednesday, August 14th. But this is a strong T-square. Venus, Saturn, Mars, and Jupiter. Granddaddy Saturn is in square to Jupiter from now going into next year. And this is really reality checks around our dreams, our wishes, our relationship to expansion, and our spiritual growth. And it doesn't surprise me that actually yesterday, the WHO and General Tedros, I can't believe people call him General Tedros, that guy, announced that monkeypox is now a global health emergency. Okay, so it doesn't surprise me because we've got Saturn in Pisces, we've got Neptune in Pisces, which rules disease and pandemics. Okay, got to be careful with the words I say here on YouTube. And that is one of the tension points of this full moon. Mars, Jupiter in Gemini, information, news being revealed around monkeypox. In square to Saturn in Pisces, governments, authorities, maybe trying to put new rules or mandates about that. This could be a big part of this full moon too. And we're in a retrograde city. So we're in a review, a reflection theme, looking back, things coming back from the past. Maybe the DNC is going to get canceled because of a monkeypox, outbreak or fear or something like that. It's a lot going on at the same time. The dark arts people are trying to do whatever they can to stop the upcoming election. So that's, I think, pretty obvious at this point, rather. So it's a lot going on, very unstable energy, very unexpected events. And it's important to note too that we're entering the age of Aquarius, the greater astrological cycle, light age, which is very, very exciting. And we're entering Pluto fully ingressing into the sign of Aquarius for the next 20 years, starting in November of 2024. So with this full moon being the last full moon in Aquarius during the Pluto and Capricorn transit, it feels like a huge release of what is holding us back and no longer serving us from the age of Pisces, from being in our freedom. Aquarius in its light side rules freedom. I know I've been talking about some of the more adverse sides of Aquarius, which will be expressed because this is a very intense, adversely aspected full moon. But the positive side of Aquarius is freedom and utopia and our higher consciousness, the future, invention, and innovation. So for each of us personally, it's very in alignment for us to check in on what's holding us back from truly being in our freedom. What's holding us back from already stepping into that 5D, from already stepping into that, age of Aquarius frequency. Being honest with yourself about those things and letting go of anything that needs to be released at this time. Aquarius also rules invisible structures and systems of life, networks, societal norms. So this full moon is also a huge breaking down of what our societal norms and networks have been up until this point. There could be, and I know I keep talking about the DNC, but something going on with that where it really becomes apparent to the collective, like this whole, and not trying to get political, okay, but the Liberal Party has been taken over by dark arts people, wokeness. I think that can also be in the Republican side as well. But it could be the breaking down of the structure that it's cool to be a Democrat or a liberal, or that's what's progressive. There could be a lot of people waking up to the fact that actually they're trying to stop free speech. Actually, they're trying to do a lot of really messed up things at the moment and in recent times. So a lot of people could be waking up to that during this full moon, which can be shocking and really uncomfortable. Remember, Aquarius rules weirdness, and it's going to get weirder. So be mentally prepared for that with this full moon, okay? And wherever you have 27 degrees of Aquarius in your personal astrology chart is an area of life where it might be weird right now. It might be like something totally unexpected coming up for you, can feel really uncomfortable. Also, in particular, because Aquarius rules friendships and our group associations, this could be a tension point in our friendships and our group associations where there could be a major letting go of friends and people in our lives. What else do I want to say here? Oh, in terms of medical astrology as well, Aquarius rules the brain and the nervous system. So with this full moon being in T-square to Uranus, being in Aquarius, and Pluto retrograde, 0 degrees of Aquarius, people's nervous systems are going to be on edge. Spirit wants me to say shot. Okay, so the nervous systems are going to be shot. So really like this, shocked because of events that are going on. So doing extra grounding and earthing at this time is very, very important with this full moon, because people can be having more of a propensity towards anxiety, nervousness, stress. If you're someone that suffers from anxiety or stress or panic attacks, you're going to really want to be taking care of your health at the time of this full moon, because you might not just be feeling your own stuff. You might be an intuitive empath that's actually picking up on the collective's subconscious energy, if you will. So taking salt baths can be really good at the time of this new moon to ground, to release excess energy that is not yours. Doing, as I said, earthing, grounding, drinking really good water to let the energy move through your body. It's interesting too, I want to mention too that Kamala Harris has some interesting astrology with this full moon. This full moon is conjunct Kamala's granddaddy Saturn, natal Saturn in her chart. She's got Saturn at 28 degrees of Aquarius. This full moon is 27 degrees of Aquarius. And her Saturn sits on her midheaven. So even though she's got a trine to her sun, she's got a trine to her rising with this full moon, even though she's got some positive aspects, okay, you can't escape Saturn, the ruler of karma, who I like to call Granddaddy Saturn. He's like the grandpa of the cosmos, checking in on us, giving us reality checks, the Lord of Karma. So this could be a major, I'm hearing spirits say, karmic slap in the face to Kamala with this full moon. And I'm not wishing violence on anybody. There could be something very embarrassing that possibly happens to her at this full moon or at the DNC. Maybe she's going to be removed from her position of being the Democratic candidate. Having a full moon on your Saturn is like a major illumination of karma, karmic debts, I could see her possibly being removed, and I don't see it as very positive for Kamala at this time. So is there anything I'm missing? I feel like there's so much with this full moon. Crazy things happening all over the place. So also being very mindful of your energy, who you're around, what you're around. Please don't go into big crowds. Please don't go into protests, okay? Because Aquarius rules protests, and this full moon is in adverse aspects. So it's not supportive of large people getting together, protests, doing risky things, being really mindful of your surroundings, and even being prepared for, like, as I said, power outages, internet outages, cryptocurrency crashes as well. Okay, Aquarius rules cryptocurrency, and Aquarius rules aliens. Maybe there's going to be a fake alien invasion. Okay, I don't want that, but there could be something weird coming up with aliens, UFO, fake disclosure, something going on with that. So this is weird stuff, you guys. Okay. Sending you guys lots and lots of love, and let's go through each of the 12 signs. Let's do mini readings for each of the 12 signs for this full moon in Aquarius. And let me know in the comments if you guys are already starting to feel the energy of this full moon yet. What is coming up for you in your life? If you're already having any weird, shocking events or revelations in whatever area you have 27 degrees of Aquarius in your chart. So we're going to start with the Aries here. Remember to drink lots of good water, because that's going to help us during these times. And do things that calm the nervous system. I like essential oils. I like going outside in nature, eating grounding foods. Helps me with my nervous system. So, okay, Aries, here we have your chart, Aries, sun, moon, and risings for this full moon in Aquarius on August 19th. So for you, this full moon is happening in your 11th house, okay? And it's in T-square to Uranus in your second house. This is very much about your friends, your group associations, and there could be a release or a completion with one or more friendships or group associations of yours. Be honest, Aries, who you have around yourself and why. Okay, there could be some shocking things that you learn about friends or groups that you're associated with this full moon. Because it's in your 11th house of Aquarius, this is actually very positive for you to review and reflect on what's possibly holding you back from moving into the future, from being in that 5D age of Aquarius space and doing some release work, maybe around beliefs that no longer serve you, things that you've been holding that I'm hearing spirits say are heavy for you, Aries, that no longer serve you at this time for moving into age of Aquarian energies. Very much look at the people you have around you. The 11th house also rules our long-term goals, dreams, wishes, aspiration. So there could be a letting go of some dreams or goals that you've been having. And, you know, this Mercury retrograde, it's not the best time as we're in a retrograde city to initiate new projects, to say, okay, I'm letting go of this dream and now here's my new dream. Just sit with whatever's coming up for you and wait until after the retrograde city to make some really big new goals, intentions. This can be a weird full moon for you, Aries, because it's happening in your 11th house of Aquarius. It's in the sign of Aquarius, in T-square to Uranus in your second house. So just being mindful with the Uranus in your second house, what you're spending, okay? Second house is income, can also be investments. Really being mindful if you have any cryptocurrencies, are they on safe exchanges? Do you have it on a safe wallet? Being mindful of what you're spending your money and where you have your physical resources at this time. So sending lots and lots of love to you, Aries, and happy full moon in Aquarius. Okay, Taurus, sun, moon, and risings. Happy full moon in Aquarius. You guys are having this full moon in your 10th house, okay? And I am a Taurus rising, so shout out to all my fellow Tauruses out there. This is a full moon in Aquarius in our 10th house with Pluto conjunct our midheaven. So this is some sort of completion and ending having to do with our work, our career, our long-term goals, our relationship with our parents or elders in our life. And remember, this is a full moon in Aquarius, so this can be weird situations coming up in these areas of life. Taurus, maybe you're realizing that something you're doing professionally no longer serves you to move forward into the age of Aquarius and Pluto in Aquarius transit. Maybe you're realizing something professionally is holding you back from being in your freedom and independence, and you're ready to start taking the steps to move forward, to be more independent, to be more free. You know, Pluto on our midheaven can be power struggles with people. So are there power struggles going on with a boss or a parent or an elder? That can be coming up. Okay, so being mindful for that. Putting a, focus and really energy towards your work and career, releasing things that don't serve you anymore in that area is in alignment. And it is illuminating to you what is going to help you feel more free and individualized moving forward. We've also got with this full moon T square to Uranus. And Uranus, of course, is in our sign of Taurus, has been there since 2018, and is in our first house. So Taurus is you, along with the Aquarians, are the signs that are going to be feeling this full moon the most, where it can really be affecting our nervous systems, our health, our stress levels. So don't overpack your schedule, Taurus. I'm kind of channeling that for you right now. Take it easy around the time of this full moon. Take it easy, okay? Because you're going to be feeling really like energized in your nervous system. It might be overwhelming. Do grounding, do earthing, and know that Uranus in Taurus transit, even though Uranus is at fall in Taurus, it is helping us to break out of stagnation. And even though it's challenging for us Tauruses because we like the comforts and stabilities of life, Uranus in Taurus is helping us to break free, to break the chains of what no longer serves us from the old world that we have been in. Okay, so minding for your health, minding for your nervous system. There could also be a total transformation in your identity with this full moon being an exact T-square to Uranus in your first house, what you identify with. And I'm not talking about pronouns, I'm just talking about what you identify with. Do you identify with being an empowered light worker, an empowered being, or do you identify with bad things happen to me and I don't deserve to, have abundance and I don't deserve joy? What do you identify with in life? There can be a big release of identifications that don't serve you as well. So Tauruses, make time for healing and self-growth and reflection with this full moon. And I think you can have some pretty badass breakthroughs. Okay, so I love you guys so much and sending so much cosmic love your way. Okay, now we move to the Gemini sun, moon, and risings. Geminis, y'all are having this full moon in your 9th house, and it's in T square to Uranus on your ascendant, almost in Gemini, still in Taurus, in your 12th house. So with this full moon in Aquarius in your 9th house, this is a release, Gemini, of beliefs that no longer serve you, okay? And it can be shocking. It can be unexpected. There may be, I'm feeling spirit say, a teacher or someone you've considered as a mentor that this full moon really illuminates to you, like the truth about them, or really illuminates to you. You don't need to be putting anybody on a pedestal. You are the guru. You are the teacher. You are of value yourself. So what beliefs are you holding on to that are keeping you back from being in that 5D consciousness, from stepping into the age of Aquarius with excitement, stepping into the future, right? Have you gone through any experience in your life, Gemini, of being in a cult or being in a religion that said it wasn't okay to be in the woo. It wasn't okay to be abundant. It wasn't okay to be empowered. It wasn't okay to be free. There can be a big release going on with that at this full moon. Gemini, some of you may be doing foreign travel around this time, and I want you to be very careful and mindful of foreign travel, okay? Because this full moon is in your ninth house of travel in T-square to Uranus, which rules airplanes and air travel. So not telling you to not get in on an airplane, okay? But try not to go on an airplane unless you absolutely have to. Double checking, triple checking any travel plans that you may have at this time. Okay. And with this full moon in T-square to Uranus in your 12th house, this is like, I keep hearing that word beliefs, subconscious patterns that you've been holding. Really, this is a portal of major release of those things that have been holding you back, that I'm hearing Spirit say might not even be yours to begin with, okay? So definitely make time for, with the full moon in your ninth house, meditation, being in your higher consciousness, being in your higher mind, and there's some big breakthroughs that you can be having consciously in that regard. So sending lots of love to you Geminis, and happy full moon in Aquarius. Okay, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Risings. We've got this full moon happening for you guys in your 8th house of Scorpio. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my goodness, this is intense for the Cancers, okay? Because you've got full moon in the 8th house in T-square to Uranus in the 11th house. So you've got transit Pluto in his home house, 8th, transit Uranus in his home house, 11th. This is a powerhouse. This is a very, very big energy for you guys, where I want you Cancers to be mindful of your shared resources at this time. Okay, the 8th house rules are shared resources, hidden money, inheritances, taxes, debts, money that we have with a partner, cryptocurrency, any sort of investments. This could be the ending of you having your resources shared with a partner. Some of you guys may be going through divorces, breakups, letting go in partnerships where you have shared resources. With us being in a retrograde city and with this full moon being in a T-square to Uranus, please don't rush through the process. If you are going through a breakup, if you are working on your finances in any sort of fashion, please double check everything that you are doing, okay? And make sure that the things that you are invested in, 8th house is investments, is it in alignment with the future age of Aquarius that we are stepping into, okay? Or is it an old world thing that is going to fall apart when Pluto goes back into Capricorn from September to November, okay? I did a whole Astrology of Abundance live workshop. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? The link is in the description box of this video. If you want to learn more about, all the things Aquarius rules that is in alignment for us to be invested in going into these times moving forward. So your investments are highlighted, your shared resources are highlighted. Also your psychic abilities, Pluto in the 8th house transit and Uranus in the 11th house transit. Your psychic abilities, Cancer, are on fire right now. So paying attention to your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, all your different clairs, your dreams, you're receiving a lot of psychic information that's wanting to help you move forward into the future and release what no longer serves you. There can definitely possibly be some issues with friends or group associations for you guys with that T-square to Uranus in your 11th house. So we're in a retrograde city. Just communicate clearly. Don't make any major decisions with relationships at this time. Listen to your intuition because it's on fire. Okay, Cancer. So this is a very powerful, healing, empowering time for you guys if you're honest about what is coming up. And there is likely some very intense things coming up with this full moon in your 8th house. So sending lots of cosmic love your way and happy full moon. Next, we move to our Leos, our Leo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. You guys are having this full moon in Aquarius happen in your 7th house, and it's in T square to Uranus in your 10th house. Okay. So interesting. There can be some possible power struggles with people that you are in committed relationships to. The 7th house is all about our commitments, committed relationships, love partners, work partners, clients. Full moon in the 7th house can be a release of a love relationship or a marriage or a work partnership. Okay. It's also illuminating to you, this full moon, who is in alignment to work with moving forward, to commit to moving forward into the age of Aquarius that we are stepping into. This can also be bringing in, you know, more freedom in your committed relationships, more honoring of the individual that you are. Stand up for yourself. Okay, Leos, which you guys usually don't have a problem doing that. But if there are issues in your committed relationships and you feel like you're not being heard, really stand up for yourself and make your voice, your lion's roar, be heard. Okay, because you guys are having a very important role during these times. Leos, you're here to shine the love, the light, to be the way showers of fun and creativity. Leo is the opposite sign of Aquarius. So this can be, yeah, tension point in your relationships, in your commitments, and some releases going on there. And with the T square to Uranus in your 10th house, there could be something unexpected going on in your professional or work life. Unexpected letting go of a job or a professional commitment, or unexpected illumination, like realization of something that you can be doing forward that serves you to be more in your freedom, more in your individualism. So this is very creative energy for you guys with this full moon. So make time for, of course, some full moon practices, whatever you like to do, but also creativity, some really cool ideas and inspirations that can be coming up. So love you guys so much and sending so much cosmic love your way. Okay, next we move to our Virgo sun, moon, and risings. Virgos, you're having this full moon in Aquarius in your 6th house, in your house, the 6th house, Virgo ruled areas of life. So this is really highlighting your health, your day-to-day routines, your day-to-day work, your pets. Okay, these are areas where there can be some really unexpected things coming up for you in life. And in terms of health, this is actually, I like the astrology for you, Virgos, of incorporating some more Aquarian alternative modalities into your health and your day-to-day routines. Being open to things like that. Virgos can already be prone also to stress and anxiety. And with this full moon in Aquarius in your 6th house of stress and anxiety, you guys can be really feeling a little bit antsy with this full moon. So make time for rest. Don't overwork yourself. You could possibly, some of you guys might have like a panic attack at work or stress at work, which I don't wish that upon anybody, okay? Because I have anxiety attacks throughout life and it's a nightmare, but just making time to rest, recoup, maybe try some alternative healing modalities to deal with the stress or anxieties that you may have as a Virgo sun, moon, or rising, okay? If you overwork yourself, you're going to feel overwhelmed with this full moon. So just being mindful with that. This full moon is also illuminating to you new, fresh, innovative ideas and creativity that you can be bringing into the workspace, bringing into the office space, bringing into your health. So very creative for you guys as well. I like the energy of that. And this full moon is in a T square to Uranus in your 9th house conjunct your midheaven. So you've got that Uranus on your midheaven bringing changes in your work, in your professional life, in how you're seen publicly. There might be some resistance, Virgos, in ways that you know, some things that you know you're maybe supposed to step into work-wise. But with this full moon, it's really going to be highlighted to you, and it will be in alignment to actually take the steps to start moving in those new Uranian directions. So I'm sending lots of cosmic love your way to all you Virgos, and happy full moon in Aquarius. Alrighty, Libra, lovely Libra, sun, moon, and risings. This full moon in Aquarius is in your fifth house. If you've been dating somebody, Libras, if you've been having some romantic flings, been doing some dating, there could be unexpected news, events going on with that. You learning something kind of weird about whoever you've been dating, or a weird situation comes up with that. There could be breakups, Libra, if you have been dating someone with this full moon. I'm not saying you have to break up. This is just very general for the Libras, okay? Kind of funky events happening with if you're dating anybody, if you're, in your romance at the moment, but also with the full moon in Aquarius in the fifth house of Leo, this is extremely creative energy for you, Libras. So whether you're a creative yourself or not, making time to do something creative can be really in alignment at this time. And this can also be reigniting past, because we're in a retrograde city, the past is very highlighted. Past creative talents or hobbies that you have, good time to bring those back. Good time to start doing those again if they're in alignment with what you're here to do moving forward into the age of Aquarius. So being honest with yourself about who you're dating, romantic partners, romantic suitors that you may have at this time. Is there something weird being revealed to you with those people? T squared to Uranus in the eighth house. Okay, is there something you're trying to shy away from? Like they're an alcoholic or they're a drug addict, but okay, we're just going to pretend that that's not the case, right? Just be honest with yourself about who you're seeing romantically. Remember, we've got the South Node in Libra right now, so there's a lot of letting go of karmic relationships for the whole collective, and in particular for the Libras. But very creative energy for you guys. And you can be doing something fun. Okay, you do have the full moon in your fifth house of fun, so it is lighter than most of the other signs, but don't do anything over risky. Okay, Libras, because this is a pretty adverse moon. Be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of who you're with and who you're dating, and unleash some creative energy. Okay, do some dancing, do some singing, do some painting. And there's some really cool inspirations that can come through in that way. So sending lots of love to all you Libras. Happy full moon. Next, we have my fellow Scorpio sun, moon, and risings. Okay, so Scorpios, I'm with you. I'm a Scorpio sun, and we're having some weird ass astrology with Pluto retrograde, 0 degrees of Aquarius at the bottom of our chart on our IC. Very vulnerable, very weird, kind of uncomfortable, bringing our shit up to the surface for sure. And this is a full moon in Aquarius in our fourth house, where we've got Pluto there at the bottom of our chart on our IC. So Scorpios, this is an emotional full moon, okay? Our emotions can be coming to the surface. Let yourself cry. Let yourself process any deep, okay, Pluto at the bottom of our chart with this full moon, any deep, shadowy things or traumas that might be coming up at this time. Let yourself feel the feels, okay? I'm going to be honest with you, Scorpios. This is not a very fun energy, okay, this full moon. This is about embracing your healing journey, embracing emotionals, embracing your emotions, emotional healing, ancestral trauma, okay, ancestral healing. There could be some shocking, unexpected events going on with family, parents, okay, grandparents, maybe even siblings, which is typically the third house, but the fourth house is our family of origin. Could even be a little bit of a dramatic situation going on with some family members, but just breathe. Know that whatever is coming up to the surface is for your highest good. You can handle it, and there's healing happening for you to move forward into the beautiful age of Aquarius transit that we are stepping into. So your emotions, your family, your home are highlighted. This could be the end of a living situation, and you moving somewhere maybe that's a lot different, really weird and different compared to where you've been. Can feel uncomfortable for the Scorpios, but know We're Scorpios and we can handle it. Okay. We're here to go through the shit. We're here to go through the dark nights of the soul, which I'm not saying, I mean, this could be a dark night of the soul for some Scorpios, but we're here to be the shadow workers, to help heal the world, to help empower others, to be those master healers. And that just doesn't happen. That happens when you've been through really intense life situations. And for you Scorpios, this is involving your home and your family and your emotional traumas coming up to the surface at this time. So I'm sending lots of love. I know that's very intense for me to say, but one way to be proactive with this full moon is to do healing work, to let yourself feel your emotions and move forward from anything that might be, in the subconscious. The bottom of the chart can be the subconscious, can be our most private self. What are you holding that's toxic, Pluto? What anger, what resentment, what jealousy, what lower emotions are you holding that's toxic, that doesn't serve you? Okay, this full moon and with Pluto at 0 degrees Aquarius retrograde on your IC is inviting you to break through those stagnations. Okay, so it's intense, but I'm sending lots of cosmic love your way, and it's nothing that you guys can't handle. Okay, love you guys. And Sagittarians, happy full moon in Aquarius. It's an intense full moon. Okay, you've got this full moon in your third house, in a T square to Uranus in your sixth house. So this is highlighting your local community, your neighborhood, your siblings, your cousins, school, what you're learning, short distance travel. There could be, for you Saggies, some unexpected, maybe even dramatic events happening in your local neighborhood, your local community. Okay, so being really mindful, Saggies, what you do in your local community around the time of this full moon. I'm not saying don't go to a full moon meditation or celebration, but just being really mindful of your surroundings. Aquarius is one of the signs also that rules friends. The third house also is associated with friends. There could be an ending or a completion to a friendship that you've been having. There could be something coming up with a sibling or a cousin as well that might be a little bit dramatic or frenetic. I'm hearing spirits say that word, frenetic. I don't always use that word. So, and the third house is busyness. There can feel like there's a lot coming up for you guys going on, but know that whatever is coming up for release or illumination is to help you move forward into 5D, to let go of stagnation. This full moon is a huge breaker of stagnation and lower energies. Okay, so be open to the transformations that are inviting to take place for you at this time. Also with this full moon in square to Uranus in your sixth house, and the sixth house does deal with stress and anxiety and our medical astrology and health, being aware that you might be a little bit more nervous, might be a little bit more anxious or stressed around this time of full moon. So, doing some of those remedies that I was suggesting earlier, taking salt baths, drinking lots of good water, doing extra grounding, because you guys are really going to be feeling it actually on the physical level. Okay. A positive thing with this full moon is it can be illuminating to you something innovative and new that you are inspired to start learning about going into the future. So some cool new information can be coming forward to you guys. And let me know in the comments how you Saggies are doing. And I'm sending so much cosmic love your way. Next, we have our Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Risings. This full moon in Aquarius is happening in your second house, and it's in a T-square to Uranus in your fifth house, okay? So full moon in Aquarius in your second house, this is highlighting your values, your income, your day-to-day work, your pleasures and enjoyments in life. There could be an ending to something that you've been holding on, Capricorns, as a value. And I was talking recently to a friend about this, about how, the Capricorns, and I'm a moon in Capricorn, okay, so I'm not trying to diss the Capricorns, but us Capricorns are the hardest sign to wake up out of the matrix. Now, if you're listening to this video and you are a Capricorn sun, moon, or rising like myself, then you've probably got something else going on in your chart that counterbalances, being a full-blown Capricorn stuck in the matrix. But a lot of Capricorns can be very held on to the values that have been, to the traditions that have been in the collective and in our personal lives. And with this full moon in Aquarius, this is a major letting go and cleansing of values that you've been holding on to that may not even be yours necessarily, that have been the societal tradition that no longer serve you and no longer serve the collective. Okay, so being mindful of that would be an alignment for you to review and reflect on what are your core values. Okay, which I know is something that people talk about a lot. Be in your values. You say your values out loud, but a lot of people don't even know what their values are or haven't even thought about what their values are. So what are your values? And are your income streams in alignment with those positive values as we move into the age of Aquarius? Be open to new sources of income and ways that are, of making money that are being presented to you. Okay, Aquarius is about the future, newness, new opportunity, innovation. So it could be the end of an income stream, could be the end of values, beliefs that you've been holding. And with this full moon in T-square to Uranus in your 5th house, it's also highlighting your sense of fun and play. And I'm hearing Spirit say, like, are you even happy right now, Capricorn? Do you even feel like you can have fun right now? I know we've been having Pluto and Capricorn transit, and that's about to be fully over by November. This has been heavy energy for the Capricorns. And how can you bring more fun into your life? How can you heal and let go from the heaviness that has been the past 15 years? Okay, so it feels like for the Capricorns, there's a real need to break out of the matrix, to break out of the matrix values, to have more fun and be open to more fun and creativity and new ways of doing things. So I hope that makes sense how I'm saying that, Capricorns, and I'm sending lots of cosmic love your way during this full moon. Okay, Aquarius, sun, moon, and risings. I'm going to actually move this chart back so we can see it with the full moon in Aquarius. There we go. This is in your sign, and it's happening in your 1st house, and it's a full moon in your sign in T-square to Uranus, your ruling planet. This is a major release portal for you, Aquarian, sun, moon, and risings. It is a tension point. It is, I'm hearing Spirit say, a critical point of release. Okay, so this is around your identification. This is around your foundations in life, how you present yourself to the world. The world is ready for you now, Aquarians. We're stepping into Pluto and Aquarius transit. We're stepping into the age of Aquarius. The world is ready for your innovation, for your genius, for your creativity, for your weirdness. Let go of the pain of not being understood from your whole life up until this point. This is a full moon where we're breaking past these old barriers, these old beliefs of the age of Pisces world. And it's really bringing in a lot of Aquarian frequency where we're ready for you guys now, actually. Okay, so this is a great full moon for you to do self-healing and self-development around insecurities of yourself, your identity, what you know you're here to do. Okay, and with this full moon in a T-square to Uranus in your 4th house, there can be a tension point with your home, with your family, with your emotions. Maybe you weren't understood by your family. Maybe you weren't understood by your parents. And there's actually some healing that can go on with that with this full moon. Doing ancestral healing and clearing can actually be a really good practice for you at the time of this new moon, full moon rather, which I know some woo-woo people out there, talk about we're not these physical bodies, we're just our souls, and our DNA and our ancestors don't matter. That is not true. The wounds and beliefs of our family passed down for 7 generations. So something for you to think about. And there can be really also shocking life events, turn of events going on for you guys at this full moon. So Aquarians, I'm very excited to hear what's going on. Let me know in the comments below. This is crazy, crazy, crazy energy for you and the Tauruses. So embrace the storm, embrace the breaking of stagnation that is taking place. Love you guys. And last we have the Pisces, sun, moon, and risings. Pisces, you're having this full moon in Aquarius in your 12th house, the Pisces house. So your home house. This is, I feel like I've been saying this a lot for the Pisces. This is gonna feel really weird and trippy for you guys. It's very much in alignment for you to be doing dream work, if you remember your dreams, paying attention to your dreams, spending time behind the scenes, spending time at home, making time for rest and recuperation, okay? Because we're all going through an upgrade. We're all going through an Aquarian DNA upgrade with this full moon. And for you, it's on a very subconscious spiritual level. This full moon could be releasing energies that are holding you back from really being in your psychic or spiritual gifts, okay? I'm really feeling the Pisces third eyes. Your third eye chakra at this time is going through a really big cleansing and clearing. And I feel like Pisces are going to have very vivid dreams around this time of this full moon, possibly even prophetic dreams about the future, okay? Because Aquarius rules the future. So please do dream work. I don't like to tell people what to do, but I feel like that would be really good for you, Pisces. Paying attention to what's coming up for your dreams, paying attention to what's coming up from your subconscious, and spending time around this full moon behind the scenes in your spiritual practices, in your creativity. Very creative and spiritual full moon for you guys for sure. This full moon is in T-square to Uranus in your third house. So could be something funky going on in your local community that could be unexpected or shocking, or something unexpected, shocking going on with a friend or a sibling. You're going to be very sensitive and vulnerable, like you are a lot of the time, which I don't see as a weakness. I think you guys are actually very magical in your sensitivities, and it's a gift. But there could be a tension point of other people like wanting your energy at the time of this full moon from your local community, neighbors, friends, siblings, cousins. Really honor yourself at this time. I'm not saying don't be around friends or siblings, but you're going through a very subconscious spiritual healing process with this full moon at a very deep level, where you don't need to take on other people's drama or stuff. So just being really mindful of that with this full moon. And I'm sending you guys lots and lots of love. So wow, if you've made it to the end of this video, we're almost at the hour mark. That's what I have for us as a collective for this full moon in Aquarius and for each of the 12 signs. And in true Mercury retrograde fashion, I forgot to do a collective card pull before I did the 12 sign readings. So I'm going to do that right now. We're doing things differently. It's Aquarius, doing things differently. And some of you guys, I'm feeling the energy of some of you guys might be listening to this video like, Meg, there was a lot of really intense things that you said. How can we make the best of it? How can we turn it in a positive direction? The truth is, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel challenging. But to make it as effortless as possible, an astrological remedy would be to do things that Aquarius rules in life at this full moon, which Aquarius rules doing things differently. Okay, not the societal norms. So doing things in a unique way, day to day, can actually be an astrological remedy for this full moon. And I'm going to pull some cards from the Angel Number Oracle, from the Ancient Stones Oracle, and the Trust Your Vibes deck for us as a collective for this full moon in Aquarius. How can we navigate this wonky, wild, wacky full moon? Universe, please give us clear messages. Let's see. Woo! Okay. First card from the angel number deck, 999, release. And full moons are all about releasing. 999, release, completion. I've been seeing so many triple numbers lately. Let me know if you guys have as well. Like, I guess letting me know I'm on the right path or being supported. It's like been nonstop, really trippy. 999 has been one of them that I have been seeing. Comment below if you've been seeing a lot of 999. This is a full moon of release of, as I said, those societal ways that don't serve us anymore. And I know I've been saying this with the past 2 full moon in Capricorns. We had 2 of those in a row, but now this is one in Aquarius, which is all about breaking stagnation, the future. So make time for release practices at this full moon. Taking a salt bath, having a release meditation, going to see an energy healer, going to a healing ceremony, going to a sweat lodge, whatever it is you like to do for release. Wow. And from the Trust Your Vibes deck, name your higher self. Giving a name to your higher self can actually help to communicate with your higher self when you call upon it. And this was actually the first deck that I ever bought, the first oracle card deck that I ever bought. And I'm going to read this card because Sonia Choquette, is that how you pronounce it? She has really good descriptions. So let's see what she says about this card. Name your higher self. You can creatively bypass your ego and conscious mind and tap directly into your higher self by giving it a personal name, such as Tom or Betty or Michael or simply HS. The name you choose isn't important. My higher self name is Sam. We talk regularly and I learn a lot. I know it sounds silly, but it works. Naming your higher self makes conversations with it much more intimate and opens the door to higher vibration and perspective in a fun way. So naming your higher self to have a clearer connection with it. Interesting. And it feels like, because Aquarius is very much about psychic ability and our higher consciousness, I feel like a lot of us will have those abilities turning online even more with this full moon and after this full moon from the release. And from our Sacred Stones deck, we've got the Egg Stone. Feminine power, embodiment, fertility. So as we release, there's new beginnings. There's new embodiment. It is creative and it is fertile, but we need to let go of what no longer serves us. And I think making time for release, being open to the feminine energies of healing practices are going to really help us at the time of this full moon. So, and also like going outside under the full moon, I'm hearing Spirit say that, doing ceremony, looking at the full moon can really, really help. So hope that resonates, you guys. And thank you so much for watching this full moon in Aquarius video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my Meg Moonbeam YouTube and Rumble channel. If you'd like a personal reading with me, those are available at the link below. And check out my husband Jens and I's Weekend Soul Family Canada retreat happening last weekend of September. This year, you can go to my website, megmoonbeam.com, for full details. The spaces are filling up and we're going to have so much fun. I'm so excited for the retreat to see everybody, friends that we've met before, lifelong friends, and new friends that are going to be coming as well. So I love you guys so, so much. I'm sending so much cosmic love your way. Stay safe out there, stay weird, and be open to the unexpected. Love you guys so much. See you next time.